Single or a double?
Just a single one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Be with you in a tick.
Oh, don't mind us. We can wait.
Open the lunches.
Yeah. So, you here for business or pleasure?
Family business.
Well, I'll just need some ID.
Oh, not a problem.
Simon.
I've been robbed. She's taken everything. Call the police.
Sorry we took so long. Look, we understand that this may be a little embarrassing for you, Mr. Parker, but I assure you we will be as discreet as possible. So what happened?
I don't know.
Can we assume you invited a woman into your room? Take it that's a yes.
Okay, I met her in a bar.
Is that here or...
At Shorty's. We had a few drinks, one thing led to another. We ended up back here. Look, I'd really rather not press charges.
Okay, what happened then?
We had another drink, and that's the last thing I remember till I woke up this morning.
Minus your clothes and your wallet.
Look, the wallet didn't have much in it. I paid for the room in cash. It just about cleared me out. And the clothes, I'm prepared to write them off, so really there's not much point.
Does this woman have a name?
I can't remember.
Well, you can give us a description.
Blonde.
That's it?
Look, is all this really necessary?
It would help if you could give us a more detailed description, yeah.
Well, I can't. She was average, you know, average height, average weight.
Age?
I don't know, mid to late 20s. If I'm prepared to write this one off to experience, I don't see why you're not.
OK, point taken. Now, I suggest you cancel your credit cards if you haven't already done so, and, we'll give you a lift home, eh?
Oh, God. Why isn't she at work?
Thank God. Where the hell have you been?
You're here.
Of course I'm here. You don't come home all night. I've been worried sick.
Sorry.
And why are you dressed like that?
It's a long story.
Oh, I bet it is.
Do we have to have this conversation here on the street?
You've been drinking, haven't you?
Gee, whatever gave you that idea? Are you going to come inside or what?
No, Linton, I'm not going to...
Parker.
Thanks for bringing him home.
And she suggested they book into the hotel room?
Well, someone did. They were drinking.
Here we go. Suspect then suggests another drink, administers a sedative. Once the victim is asleep, takes everything, including shoes and clothing.
Well, she's done it before.
It would seem so. There have been a number of cases reported in surrounding towns. We have been asked to keep an eye out.
The description?
It's pretty vague.
Well, the best Linton Parker could do was average and blonde.
Once he got some clothes on, he just wanted to forget the whole thing.
We should have another chat with Mr. Parker, persuade him to do his civic duty.
Fat chance.
Well, let's see if anyone else can give us a better description. The bar staff at Shorty's or whoever booked him into the Imperial?
Whoever booked who into the Imperial?
Linton Parker and his thieving bimbo.
Oh, well, I did that just before closing, but I didn't see any woman, bimbo or otherwise.
What, he was alone?
Well, yeah, he'd been drinking. I just assumed he wanted to sleep it off.
And he paid cash.
Yeah, he did. Is that all? I need to see Tom.
Yeah, sure.
I booked a stranger in this morning.
Yeah?
Name of Simon Curtis. Come on, Tom, he's got to be Grace's ex.
How do you know that? It's a pretty common name.
He's about the right age. He could well be a missionary. He said he was here on family business, and he asked me for directions to Holy Trinity.
Ah.
It's very nice to see you this time of day.
Yeah, I was just passing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just wondered if you'd heard about the rose cutting sale at the garden centre.
Oh, yeah, I saw that advertisement. I'd love some more roses, but I don't know where I put them.
Here we are, tea for 2, or should that be 3?
Simon, I don't think you've met Tom Croydon. Tom, this is my former husband, Simon Curtis.
Tom, delighted to meet you at last. Yes, yeah, likewise. Darling, we should really find another cup for Tom.
Oh, yes, of course, excuse me.
Grace has kept, very quiet about you.
Has she?
I didn't realise you were a sergeant of police.
Senior sergeant, actually.
Senior sergeant. Yes, of course you would be.
Here we go.
Thank you, my dear. Will you pour?
Oh, yes, of course.
She does it so well. The tea service belonged to my mother, you know.
Oh, really?
There you go. Is that weak enough for you?
Just perfect.
Look, I don't think I can stay for tea. I'd better get back to work.
You sure?
Yeah, certainly.
It was dark and I was drinking.
So you keep saying.
Linton, everything all right?
This whole thing was a misunderstanding.
We believe Mr. Parker's been the victim of a female thief who we suspect is running a racket in the district.
This is so embarrassing.
Had you been drinking?
I can't remember anything at all.
Look, I know you're going through a difficult time, but the booze doesn't help.
Fine in theory, Tom, but in practice I've got to do something. I'll go mad.
These things take time. It's never easy.
Sometimes this seems like forever.
I'm sure you'll give my people all the assistance you can, eh?
How'd you get from Shorty's to the Imperial?
I don't remember. Not in my car.
Why not?
Because I don't drink and drive, okay?
Very sensible.
Okay, so in a taxi?
In Mount Thomas at 10:30 p.m.
So, unless you walked, you went in her car.
Probably.
What sort of car?
Just a car. I don't know, an average sort of sedan.
So an average woman in an average car. Excuse
Where
me.
is the bastard?
There's
This is all
been a
his fault.
development.
$47.50. That's all there is in our account. Ask him to explain that.
Well, perhaps you could ask him yourself, Mrs. Parker.
Well?
That can't be right. My pay went in on Thursday.
Well, it's not there now.
Just keep out of this,
I
Carol.
went to get out the housekeeping money and it rejected the transaction.
I take it you lost your wallet last night, Mr. Parker?
Yeah, but I cancelled all my cards this morning.
Well, not soon enough. $1,000 withdrawn at 11:55 p.m. last night and another 1,000 at 12:05 a.m.
May I?
You idiot.
Your husband's been the victim of a highly organised professional con artist, Mrs. Parker. Now, perhaps he'll take this whole matter more seriously.
God!
He certainly ought to. It's as much her money
Shut
as his.
up!
Mr. Parker!
Look, I told you everything I remember. I was drunk, for God's sake.
Well, that's a great excuse for everything, isn't it?
As this is now a CI matter, perhaps Senior Detective Hasham would like a word with Mr. Parker?
Sure.
And what about me?
Constable Parrish can make you a cup of coffee.
You're having a quiet, relaxing drink at Shorty's when this attractive blonde woman chats you up.
I didn't say she was attractive.
You didn't knock her back.
Well, no, I guess she looked okay. A bit like Meg Ryan.
Wow, what, short blonde hair, kind of messy.
I guess.
No wonder the hotel room was a good move. So, whose idea was it to pay cash?
Hers. But I didn't have enough left. We'd been drinking daiquiris. They cost a fortune.
Right, so she offered to drive you to the ATM.
That's right.
What sort of car did you have? Was it a big one, small?
A 4-door. A hatchback, I think.
Right, dark, light, brightly coloured.
Not dark, lightish.
Okay, so she drove you in her lightish coloured hatchback to the ATM.
Where she helped you withdraw the money.
She memorised my PIN.
Afraid so.
And left you to book into the Imperial yourself while...
I thought she was being discreet. What a sucker.
All right, Mr. Parker, we're going to need a detailed list of all the stolen items.
Black shoes,
Belly slip-ons.
dark suit,
Charcoal grey pinstripe Armani. Pure wool.
white shirt, Polaco.
Silk tie.
No, I left that in the office. Underwear,
Calvin Klein.
pigskin wallet, black. The usual cards, about $15 in cash.
Is that all?
That I can recall.
What about your watch?
And my fossil architect watch.
How could you let her steal that?
I didn't let her steal anything. She drugged me.
I gave him that watch to celebrate when I got... And now it's gone. Just like that.
Gee, maybe I should have explained to her that the watch had sentimental
Maybe
value.
you shouldn't have picked her up in the first place. I paid a fortune for that watch.
Yeah, how much?
Fine. Then I'll pay it back. Will that make you happy?
That's not the point, and you know it.
Then what is the point, huh? You tell me.
What's going on? How are you, Amy?
Oh, I've been better, thanks, Tom.
Linton,
I
why
know.
don't you take...
Deeper breaths.
And the pair of you stop fighting, please.
I'm not.
You started it.
I did not.
That's enough. Senior, have you finished with them?
I believe so, yes.
Then I suggest you leave separately. And calm down.
Sorry.
What's their problem?
They lost a baby a couple of months ago. SIDS. They've both taken it very hard.
So he's been drowning his sorrows. Poor bugger.
Nobody asked him to have sex with a woman who's not his wife.
They didn't have sex.
Not for want of trying. Like, you pick up an easy conquest in a bar, what do you expect? It's irresponsible behaviour.
Oh, no, you're not talking about me again, are you?
Not this time, as it happens. But now that you mention it, how come it took you so long to attend a half-hour dentist appointment in St David's?
Well, I was being a good Samaritan. I changed a flat tyre for someone out on the St David's Road.
Only takes them seconds at the Grand Prix.
Well, we had to unload the bag to get to the spare.
Just how good-looking was she?
You have a one-track mind, my friend.
Hello. Does anyone know if Tom's busy?
I've just been having a chat with Linton and Amy Parker.
Oh, dear.
I think they could use some help, either grief counselling or marriage.
Stop right there. I've already tried, Tom.
Surely it's worth trying
No, Linton's
again.
parents got me involved. Amy's very resistant to what she calls sanctimonious interference. I really can't push it any further.
It's a shame.
Actually, look, I came here with an invitation for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, to a family dinner tonight.
With Simon.
Yes, with Simon. I'll give you a chance to get to know him better.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Oh, Tom. Look, he's always going to be the father of my boys. You're bound to have dealings with him in the future.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So we may as well be civilised about it, don't you think? Here we go, better late than never. Oh, Nelson, you've set the table. Good
Shall
boy.
we sit?
Daniel, dinner's ready.
Daniel, I thought he was away at school.
Oh, didn't we all?
He was suspended this afternoon. He just arrived home now.
Talk about me, why don't you?
Oh, Daniel, we're simply telling Tom why you're home, that's all.
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah. What did he put the soup spoons on the wrong side?
Did not.
You space for brains?
Come on, that's enough, both of you, please. Just swap them over to the other side, all right? Here we go, Tom. Just help yourself to sour cream and chives there.
Delicious. Why were you suspended, Daniel?
I don't have to tell you, you're not my father.
Daniel, that's enough, please. Apparently he drew some graffiti lampooning a teacher.
Which teacher?
Nelson, I'm actually going to have a very long conversation with the school about it tomorrow. Here we go. Right, we're all served.
Before we ask for the Lord's blessing, I think Daniel should apologise to Tom for his rudeness.
No, it's all right.
Daniel, I'm waiting.
No, Simon, I really don't
Why
know.
should I? I mean, if Picky Porker doesn't like the way I am, he doesn't have to be
Daniel.
here.
No apology, no dinner.
Simon.
Who wants your friggin' dinner anyway?
Daniel!
Simon, could you leave him, please?
Better make it a double.
Not bad, huh?
Daniel's home, and of course he is taking his father's side.
Ah, dinner with Grace and the eggs.
Oh, so what's the story?
What story?
Well, you know, he's so charming and, well, sexy, really, which is not something I ever thought I'd be saying about a missionary, but there you go. So how come they're not married still?
I forgot to ask.
You didn't like him?
I don't have to like him.
Not bad, actually. Quite a lot. It's really bloody rude.
Cheeky little buggers.
What's going on?
Thanks.
Nothing.
What's going on?
Someone's done some graffiti, boss.
You'd better show me.
You're not going to like it.
Please. I thought he'd be a more talented artist. Someone had better clean it off.
So, what do you reckon?
Does it matter?
Well, we can't ignore criminal damage.
Look, it's difficult.
Would I be right in assuming it's got something to do with last night's dinner party?
Probably. Sergeant, I'm going out for a while.
Yes, boss.
Daniel,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can't believe you'd be so unkind.
Well, the words piggy porker were used.
He's just so angry at the moment. I really don't know where it's coming from.
Well, maybe it wasn't him. Perhaps if I could check his room.
Yeah, sure.
Gee, the boy really does have a bit of talent.
Yeah, he's always liked to draw.
What's all this?
Must have brought these from school. Simon gave him these toys in Africa. And these are his letters.
Almost like a shrine.
Well, he's Very devoted to his father. He was devastated when we split up. Didn't realise quite how much he still misses him, though.
Yeah, well, sometimes an absent father can be more interesting than a present one.
So have we found anything?
No, not here. Maybe under the bed.
Tom.
I didn't put it there.
Then who did?
Well, how would I know? I've never said it before in my life.
Not even when you used it to deface police property?
I told you I don't know anything about that.
Just tell the truth, Daniel.
I am telling the truth.
You have to admit the evidence against you is pretty damning.
Daniel, there's nothing to be gained by lying, mate.
I'm not lying. Why won't you believe me? You're supposed to be my mother.
Daniel!
It's all right, Grace.
Whoa there! What's going on?
They won't believe me. I didn't do it.
Of course you didn't. What are you doing to my son?
Our son is helping the police with their inquiries.
Why? Is he in trouble?
Graffiti again?
This is not good enough. You have to take responsibility for this, Grace.
He?
Well, you let the boy run wild.
He's been at boarding school in Melbourne, chosen by you.
From which he was suspended for a similar incident.
I didn't do it.
A teacher caught you in the act.
All right, maybe that time, but not this time.
You see how defensive he's become?
Mr. Curtis, if you...
Sorry, boss, but are we intending to charge Daniel or not?
We haven't even finished talking to him yet.
May I make a suggestion? The boy is obviously upset. I'm sure if we can discuss this as a family, we can resolve it to everybody's satisfaction.
Oh, we're not getting very far this way.
All right, it is worth a try.
Come, my dear.
Report of a domestic at the Parkers. Sarge?
Take Joe.
Linton, stop it! Don't you
My house is not going!
That's not breakable, silly bastard! All right, what's going
Oh, stop it right now, all of you! Mr. Parker, put the bag down, gently. Now.
Okay, what's the story?
She's been all right, one at a time, please. Mrs. Parker.
I've asked Linton to leave, but he won't go.
Why should I?
And Carol has offered to stay with me for a few weeks.
Interfering big.
Okay, Mr. Parker, can we just talk about this, please?
What's there to talk about?
I've been through this scene myself, okay? And believe me, I understand how upsetting it is. But when things get to this stage, you are not going to gain anything by staying.
He's crazy. I don't know how Amy's been putting up with him. Oh, he wasn't always like that.
You used to have such a good marriage.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. And maybe if you move out for a little while, you give her some space and you calm down, maybe you can work at getting that back.
Perhaps you better move the rest of your luggage in while we're still here. You make sure he goes?
Yeah, we will. Don't worry.
Mr. Parker!
She asked for it.
Come on, down the station now.
I don't care if you do charge me with assault. It was worth it.
She was just doing a favour for a friend.
What right has she got to break up a happy home?
A happy home?
We haven't seen much evidence of that, mate.
Get real, Mr. Parker. You were the one who was about to cheat on your wife. And don't say it was because you've been drinking.
I never drank before we lost the baby. Now I don't seem to have a choice.
Everyone has a choice, Linton. I just need to get some help.
You don't understand. We had a really good marriage. I thought we were soulmates. But now... it's like I'm some irritating stranger in her life.
Don't you think she's grieving too?
No, that's just the point. She doesn't seem to care.
He's gone now. Carol doesn't want to lay charges. Let's just get on with our lives, eh?
It's quite common for couples to grieve in different ways over the loss of a child.
Who said anything about grieving?
Well, Linton's pain is so upfront, it must be really difficult to live with.
I thought I could cope, you know. I've always been the strong, practical one. I keep telling myself that it's not my fault. That Sid's is nobody's fault. think I'm going mad.
Of course you're not.
I just don't care anymore. All I want to do is sleep. Linton wants me to comfort him, but I just don't have the energy to deal with his pain.
That's because you're flat out dealing with your own.
Yes.
So she admitted that?
Yeah, I think she's ready now for some professional help.
But he's already moved out, hasn't he?
Well, all the more reason to act. This marriage is worth saving.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can make an appointment to see them tonight.
Good. Oh, well, I'll run you over if you like.
Oh, thanks.
That's settled then.
Tom, I'm really glad you dropped by.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's something I need to talk to you about.
Any word?
On?
Our hotel bedroom thief?
Oh, I sent on Parker's description, but it's still pretty vague. Attractive blonde woman, middle height, middle weight, middle 20s, driving a late model, light-coloured hatchback. Could be anyone.
Say that last bit again?
Could be anyone.
No, the bit about the hatchback.
Late model, lightish colour.
Well, remember my stranded motorist yesterday?
The one whose tyre it took you an hour to fix.
Yeah, she was blonde, mid-20s.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, did you come on to you?
I changed the tyre, okay?
Did you get the make and model?
Yeah, I'll give you a partial rego.
Good man.
Hi, boss. Message for you.
Later.
Yeah, they're all too good range. You've just taken the wedding cakes out of the oven and they come up a treat.
Well, someone else is going to have to eat them. The wedding's off.
Did he just say...
The wedding's off.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yes.
It's this Daniel business, right? Look, I can understand Grace's concern, but the whole thing will blow over.
Look, that's not the point.
Then what is? Just give it time. Grace will realise how much she loves you, and the whole thing will just sort itself out.
Grace is quite rightly a mother first. She's a woman of enormous integrity, and she'll put what's right for her sons in front of her own feelings for herself. I can't argue with that. Now, surely you have something better to do with your time.
He doesn't want to talk about it. The wedding's off, really.
Yep.
She must have given him some reason.
The reason is Mr. Simon Curtis.
Is that what he said?
He didn't have to. That bloke came here with the sole purpose of stopping this wedding, and now he's done it.
A bit unfair. He couldn't have known Daniel was going graffiti the station.
If it was Daniel.
What is that? How did that get there?
Oh, the can must have leaked when you sprayed the test piece for forensics.
Well, how am I supposed to get that off?
Terps?
Where's the can now?
It's in the property cage.
I wonder if this can leaked last night.
I couldn't get a match on that partial rego. The flat tire woman.
Oh, yeah.
But actually, I sort of made a date with her for tonight.
You what?
Where and when?
Well, obviously, I wasn't intending on going. I mean, I was just being polite.
Where and when? 8 o'clock tonight at Shorty's.
She didn't realise you were a member.
Well, I wasn't in uniform, so...
So what's the plan? Pick her up there?
No, only if the bar staff can idea it's the same woman.
Even then, it's not definite proof of anything.
Well, it is if we can get Linton Parker to ID her.
We can't put her in a lineup without some evidence against her.
Not a lineup. Linton Parker's staying at the Imperial, right?
Yeah?
All we have to do is get her back there and they can accidentally run into each other.
And how do you intend to do that?
Oh, well, it's worth a try, wouldn't you say?
Sure.
Right. Come on, Jones.
I'll go through the details with you when I get back.
Where are you off to?
Well, I just got a hunch.
About what?
Pink drips. Well, these are clean.
The boss is pretty upset, Grace.
Well, so am I, Joe. It wasn't an easy decision to make.
Don't you think it's a bit drastic calling the whole wedding?
Well, still the shoes he's wearing. Where is he now?
Oh, his father's taken him down to the pub for lunch. It's a sort of father-son bonding thing.
Thanks.
I want you to have this, Danny. It's why I first got interested in Africa.
Oh, King Solomon's mines.
An oldie but a goodie. I was given it when I was your age. The school prize, actually.
Excuse me.
Detective, constable, what is it now?
Well, sorry to disturb your lunch, Mr. Curtis, but we'd just like to have a look at Daniel's shoes, if we may.
This isn't the time or place for this sort of inquisition.
Oh, sorry, I'll get that.
What is she doing? I won't have you continually picking on my son.
Then we'll pick on you. We'd like you to accompany us to the station. There's some questions we need to ask you.
Here's your fork.
How am I going to explain this to Daniel? He worships his father. It's just going to be so hurtful to him.
Well, perhaps if you explain Simon's reasons to him, it'll be less hurtful.
What reasons? Why would anybody set up their own son?
I believe Simon came here with the express purpose of stopping our marriage. He must love you very much.
Oh, you're joking. The only person that Simon loves is himself.
Nevertheless...
No, he's done this out of pure ego and spite. Just can't bear the thought of me being happy, that's all. Oh, I swore 5 years ago that I wouldn't let him manipulate me again, and I fell right in. It's going to be the last time, though. I'm going to take great pleasure in telling him to get out of my life and stay out.
Does that mean the wedding's back on?
Well, yes, it is. If you'll have me.
What do you think?
They are jolly good fellows, and so say all of us.
And so say all of us.
Hip, hip,
hooray!
Hooray!
Don't go overboard.
Thank you anyway, it was lovely.
How about champagne on the house, everyone?
Yeah, now you're just going to have to uncancel the stuff you cancelled.
Well, all I actually cancelled was the wedding dinner.
Ah, well, you didn't want poor Anita anyway.
Tess should do it. You know, she can sing.
No way.
So how did you go with Daniel?
Oh, I don't know, really. He sat there and listened to my very long explanation, and I used that stuff that you said about Simon's jealousy. Then he and Nelson promptly asked if they could have takeaway pizza for dinner.
Teenagers.
Yeah, so that's what they're having while I do this counselling with the Parkers.
What about Simon?
Here we go.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, to the wedding.
The wedding.
Simon.
What do you want?
Private word with my wife.
Anything you have to say to me, you can say in front of Tom, okay?
Please accept my most heartfelt apologies, Grace.
You should be apologising to Daniel.
I know. The only thing I can say in my own defence is that was desperate.
Simon, what we had was over a long time ago.
It's very selfish of me, I know. I don't want to die alone.
Die? Why would you die?
I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to worry you, but I've been HIV positive for some time. And it's now progressed to full-blown AIDS. And I've got another infection.
What infection?
It's in my lungs. They've done everything they can. I've only got a couple of months. And I really want to spend them with you and the boys.
You know, it is possible that Simon is lying.
Fortunately, it's more than probable that he isn't. Africa does have the highest rate of AIDS in the world, after all, and he was sexually active. He gave the first couple of affairs, but after that it became a bit of a habit, so my self-respect wouldn't let me stay in the marriage.
What about?
Oh, no. Oh, I'm fine. First thing I did was go and have a blood test. Really thought I'd work Simon out of my system. These past couple of days, I've realised how much unresolved anger I've got towards him. Oh, Tom, what am I going to say to the Parkers?
Well, what do you normally say to people?
Well, I normally sit there and I talk about the sanctity of marriage and the power of forgiveness.
Well, if that's what you normally
I
talk
once
about.
vowed, before God, to love and cherish Simon in sickness and in health till death us do part.
You're divorced now.
How can I possibly expect to sit there and lecture that poor young couple about the sanctity of marriage? What do I know about the power of forgiveness?
Where are you going?
I can't walk away from this.
I thought you had an appointment.
I'm cancelling. I've got some issues to discuss with our sons.
Thank you, Grace. You don't know what this means to me.
I'll call you.
Yeah, okay.
Not here.
I can't wait. Where'd I park my car?
Better idea, Tiger. Why don't we take my car?
You bought your car? Sure, why not?
You got enough cash for the hotel room?
Yeah, I'm loaded. We're gonna have to go past that ATM.
I know where this one.
They're on their way via the ATM.
Anya Jones.
Where's Parker?
Over there.
Where?
Do something, get him back.
Sit tight.
He was here a second ago.
Have one for the stairs. They're pretty steep.
It's not a good idea.
Are you kidding? It's the best idea I've had all night. Can't argue when you got a drink around here or what?
Keep your shirt on, Jonesy. God, Jonesy. Oh, what have you noticed? Look, I've just remembered I've got to be somewhere else.
No, don't go.
You got a problem?
No, it's fine.
Because we have, and we'd like you to accompany us to the police station to help us solve it.
Good one, Sarge.
You bastard.
You wouldn't want to have assault police or everything else, would you?
And you honestly can't remember what you were doing 2 nights ago?
I think I did go to Shorty's. Not much else to do in Mount Thomas, is there?
Can't argue with that. Did you meet a man by the name of Linton Parker and persuade him to book into the Imperial Hotel with you?
I don't pick up strange men.
You picked up Constable Jones.
That was a pre-arranged date.
And you agreed to book into the Imperial with him.
He's kind of cute, you have to admit.
So if I ask around at Shorty's, no one will remember you talking to Mr. Parker.
I didn't say I didn't talk to him. I talked to lots of men in those places. That's the general idea. But I have no idea what happened to him after that.
So what do we do now?
We can't hold her.
She's clearly the woman.
Without Parker's ID, we've got nothing.
Did you find him?
Mm-hmm. He was in the loo.
Why did he choose that moment to go?
So if Muhammad won't come to the mountain...
Can't it wait till morning?
Sorry, Mr. Parker, there's just some confusion with the list of stolen goods you
What
gave
sort
us.
of confusion?
Oh, you know, colours, sizes, that sort of thing.
We just need the exact colour of the suit. If you wouldn't mind, we'd like to...
I can give you the exact colour here. It's charcoal grey with pinstripe. Like that. In fact, exactly like that. That's my suit. He stole it!
Just calm down.
G'day, Joe. Drink?
Yeah, no thanks, Richard. Just admiring your new jacket you got there.
I didn't pinch it, honest, Mr. Hasham. I just recycled it.
So tell us about it.
Well, the other night, recognising that I may have consumed one too many, Just decided to have a refreshing kip before driving home.
He passed out drunk in the car park.
It was by the rubbish skip, actually.
Oh.
Anyway, I saw this woman dumping all these perfectly good clothes.
So you helped yourself?
From the rubbish skip.
It wasn't dirty or anything. The skip was just full of cardboard boxes.
So you recycled everything you found?
Waste not, want not. Unfortunately, the shoes are the wrong size and the pants are a bit tight. The jacket's perfect.
And the watch?
What watch?
You didn't find one?
No. Fair income.
Sorry, PJ, but she's demanding her rights. We really can't hold her any longer.
No problem, let her go. Mr. Richardson, if you'd care to step this way.
Well? Have you charged him yet?
Oh, that won't be necessary. Mr. Richardson found the jacket in good faith.
Yeah, right.
About time. You've got absolutely nothing to hide.
That's her! That's the woman.
Sure is. I recognise her anywhere.
Can't do this.
We can't have got reasonable grounds to believe a crime is being committed.
These are sleeping tablets, aren't they?
I have trouble sleeping.
No watch.
Try the zip pockets.
I got a fossil architect watch here.
It's been engraved. To my favourite daddy-to-be. Love Amy. Unbelievable.
They all deserved it. Bloody men. Think they're God's gift.
Is that why you stripped them naked? To humiliate them?
Why not? They degrade and humiliate women all the time. I hate them.
Thought we were getting on pretty well.
Morning, boss.
DJ? How'd your sting go last night?
Well, we got her. She's been charged.
This doesn't stop her preying on other poor fools.
Well, with the other cases, she should go down for a bit.
Not going to get the Parkers back together, though. Marriage is a hell of a gamble.
Let me guess. Grace has put the wedding off again.
Probably. I don't know. I hope not. Simon says he's dying and she has to look after him.
What's he supposed to be dying of?
AIDS.
No, he's too healthy. Besides, if it was really dying, why didn't he say so when he first got here?
Because his first ploy failed and now he's trying plan B.
Well, should be easy enough to prove.
Well, what?
Oh, Mr. Curtis resigned 2 weeks ago for personal reasons.
Maybe he really does have AIDS.
I hung up before I had a chance to ask.
Hello.
Hi, Grace. How are you?
I need to see Tom.
Of course. Come through. Mama.
A postponement?
I have prayed long and hard about this, Tom, and it's the only thing I can think of to do. We can marry if and when Simon dies.
If being the operative word. Do you have any proof that he's actually ill?
No.
Then how do you know he is?
But, Tom, could you please not make this any harder than it
Grace,
is?
he's scamming you.
He may be. But the balance of probability is that he really is sick.
Oh, great. So our future happiness has been thrown into chaos on the balance of probability.
Tom, could you please not take it like this?
How do you expect me to take it? Grace, I love you and I want to marry you. And I'm not giving up until I've had medical proof of this so-called fatal illness.
I don't have it.
No, but your ex-husband would.
Hello.
Where's Curtis?
His room, roommate. So is the wedding on or off?
Joe, you saw the looks on their faces. What do you reckon?
That depends on whether Simon's got AIDS or not.
She should throw him out.
Yeah, but if the poor guy's dying...
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Bye. Trouble with the Parkers again. Okay, this way, sir, madam.
I'm not having plastic flowers on my daughter's grave, and
I
that's
told
that.
you they're not plastic, they're silk, and they won't die in 2 days.
Okay, that's enough.
I don't want dead flowers
All
on my
right,
daughter's
quiet,
grave.
you two. Senior, why are they here?
Domestic at the cemetery. Things got physical.
Yeah, I got hit in the head by a flying urn.
Are you all right?
Well, it was polystyrene, but that's not really the point. It's still technically assault police.
No one asked you to interfere.
Well, nobody asked you either, but that didn't stop you.
She's my daughter too, and I've got a right.
I told you two to be quiet. My office now. You two ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Sorry?
All right, so your marriage isn't perfect, but at least it is a marriage.
But it's not working.
Why can't you just be thankful that you've got each other in times of trouble and stop trying to destroy one another?
We're not trying
Look,
to destroy...
you've got something a lot of people long for, the chance of a happy marriage, and you keep blowing it.
How dare you?
Look, I know you've lost a baby, and that's a tragedy. But it's no excuse for this continual childish bickering. You want to wake up to yourselves and take a long, hard look at your priorities.
Have you finished?
Yes. This is totally
Don't argue,
unnecessary.
Tom. You need a good sit-down meal, and I'm buying. Hey, Chrissy, what's good?
Fisherman's basket, fresh prawns if you like.
Anything cheaper? Nah, 2 of those.
But PJ, this is really nice of you.
They're all of our bad days, eh?
This is worse than bad. I've been biting people's heads off left, right and centre. Maybe I should take some leave, go away and sort myself out.
Not by yourself.
Well, right at the moment, I don't have much option. Look, I really am sorry, Amy.
We're not as bad as you think we are.
No, I didn't
No, in
mean...
fact, you made us take that long, hard look at ourselves.
We're not children. We can work it out.
Good, I'm glad.
Quick, I need a drink. I've had a terrible shock.
What are you up to, Richo?
I just tripped over a dead body in the alley.
Is that all right?
Who is it?
I think you'll find it's Simon Curtis.